of Mpumalanga, Ms. Refile Maria Tsipane, seized with the matter of getting people out to vaccinate as the Vuma vaccination program gets underway this weekend, but also conceding that perhaps this weekend might not have been such a good idea because people are out and about as it is month end for people. Mpumalanga, a matter of concern for her, saying that the number of people who have come out to vaccinate are not as much as they would like to see. We leave Mpumalanga and bring you to Gauteng. We take you to Johannesburg, where student volunteers are calling on residents to vaccinate as the fourth wave of COVID-19 takes over Gauteng. Medical volunteers have set up a drive-through vaccination site in Sandton at the local Islamic Association. That's where we find my colleague Karinda Jagmohan. Karinda, tell us more about the community efforts there. As we just heard from Mpumalanga, the Premier saying that it is the weekend and people are not showing up in their numbers. What are you seeing and hearing there?
Well, indeed, here it is a drive-through and walk-through vaccinating site set up in Sandton. My colleague Morena will show you some cars arriving. They've been coming here throughout the day. Essentially, you can get your vaccine from the comfort of your vehicle. Now, this setup, like you mentioned, is a volunteer setup working in partnership with the Department of Health and student volunteers that have been working here. They took some leave in November to write the exams, but now we understand they've returned here. They're not benefiting financially, essentially just giving some of their time to ensure that they can try and reach as many people to ensure that the number of people that are vaccinating is increased as Gauteng continues to experience a fourth wave of COVID-19. I'm going to speak to some of the organizers of the center. Mr. Riaz Mullah, thank you for speaking to us. So we've spoken about how this vaccination center was actually set up, but from your perspective, are you seeing that more people are coming through here? Are you happy with the results you're seeing so far?
So definitely we have seen a big increase, especially since the announcement of the fourth wave. So we decided to open up today basically, and we're actually having quite a few people coming through, so it is quite busy basically.
And tell me, I understand that all of the people here are volunteers. How is that working, and what's the mindset of those that are giving up their Saturday, their weekends to come here?
So everybody that you see here is volunteers. Nobody is being paid to come out here. It's for the betterment of the community, you know. So everybody is out here just to help people and try and make a difference with this pandemic that's hitting us at the moment. Ibrahim will give you some more information on how it was started up and set up and which organizations are involved in it basically.
Yeah. So I do understand that this organization was set up by the owner of the Lakeview Hospital, Dr. Ismail Mita.
That's right.
We've spoken about that, and perhaps a bit later we can speak to that. But what I'd like to know is, the government says they want to vaccinate over 1 million people just this weekend. From being at the helm of just this vaccination site in Sandton, do you think that's possible? And do you have any message for those that are still, are not willing to come through?
I think what we've seen from, from the doctors and the researchers that vaccines are working. It's rather unfortunate that we're having this kind of anti-sentiment towards vaccine. This small site alone has done 5,000 vaccines since it's opened. So, I mean, that's quite a decent take-up of vaccines. And as, Riaz had indicated, since we've seen the onset of the fourth wave, we've seen a nice uptick in the number of people now wanting to come take up vaccines. 1 million vaccines, I'm not quite sure, but I think the numbers will increase over time. With a lot more education and people getting a lot more comfortable and educating the people, I think we will see an uptick in people taking up the vaccines.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. So some of those who are just at the helm of organizing this event, I'm going to take you into this vaccine tent. Like they say, they've done 5,000 vaccines since they started. A young gentleman about to get his vaccine. So let me try and see how he's feeling. Hello, so you're live on Newzroom Afrika as you're getting your vaccine.
Yeah.
Would you allow us to watch you, and how are you feeling as it happens?
It's okay, you can?
Yeah?
I'm happy to have vaccine.
Okay. Close your eyes tight and let's see it happen.
Okay, sure.
So of course, the vaccines, have been said to assist with ensuring that symptoms of COVID-19 are more mild. It has been said that once you do get the vaccine, you will of course experience some mild symptoms just afterwards, and then this should afterwards dissipate. But let's talk to the young man. Sir, how are you feeling now?
I'm feeling the same like I was.
Yeah.
Don't feel different.
Why did you decide to come here to get your vaccine today? What's on your mind?
I just have some advice that it's better to get a vaccine so that maybe we can get rid of this coronavirus.
Absolutely. Thank you for speaking to us. A young gentleman here just got his vaccine, and you can see here just people coming through in the comfort of their vehicles. Like I mentioned, these are all student volunteers that are just trying to get the message out there to call people to vaccinate. It is, of course, the VUMA vaccination weekend. We're trying to vaccinate as many people as possible, but at the end of the day, people here are just coming through, young people especially, waiting to get their vaccines, getting a little sticky here saying, I've got my COVID vaccine. We'll be updating you throughout the day, but in the meanwhile, that's it from here at the Sandton walk-in and drive-through vaccine.